this and get this done, what would happen to your goals? If you delay, what consequences might you face? Use the closing technique number 4, if not now, when, to resolve the objection due to a lack of urgency. Take, for instance, I know you're here to want to change your life and grow your business. What would be the benefits to you if you take action now? If not now, then when? Your competitor's business will continue to grow every day. Assuming the sales and setting conditions. So, which one of the packages did you want to do? If the objection is due to lack of trust, 1. Start with research. The more knowledge you have about the prospect's company and industry, the more confident the prospect will have in your services. 2. Be genuine and show interest. This might sound basic, but all too many salespeople go through the motions and fail to recognize that at the most basic level, you are having an interaction with a fellow human. If that interaction fails to resonate with the prospect, all's lost because there's no relationship, no chemistry, and no trust. Relax, smile, have a positive attitude. Ask questions that show an interest in your prospect as a person, not just a business partner. People trust people they like. 3. Balance inquiry and advocacy. Find the balance between asking questions and talking about your offerings. One of the best ways to advocate is by telling stories. Sharing relevant stories and examples also shows how you've helped other businesses and is the best way to build credibility. Stories are an endearing and tangible way to demonstrate the intangible. Just make sure to articulate outcomes and results. When it comes to closing, assuming the sales and setting conditions. Which one of the packages did you want to do? If the objection is due to lack of money, your prospect sees the value of the services that you're offering. They have trust in you and believe that you're able to help them to achieve their results, but they have a budget issue. Money is a real concern for them. You have to make a decision if you want to work with this prospect. Example: I'm happy to know that you see the value of what we're offering and trusting our expertise. As this service requires a lot of my personal time, I would not be able to give any further discounts. May I suggest that you give yourself a period of time to focus on gaining some capital from your current business first? Do approach me when you have enough money to invest to scale up your business. Does this sound okay to you? 2. Offer an alternative way to work together. If you think this potential prospect is your dream client, but their budget is just slightly below your fee, you can offer an alternative way, such as an installment plan, or offer a lower range of services. When it comes to closing, you should state, well, thanks for exploring the working opportunity with us. I hope we're able to work together soon. When it comes to dealing with objections, such as, I need to talk to my spouse, this is how the dialogue potentially could play out. That makes a lot of sense. Do you think he or she will have some questions about what we've covered today? What type of questions do you think that your spouse will ask? He'll probably ask about the price. Well, that's an easy one to answer. Do you think he'll ask about the technical side or the mechanism issue? Prospect: I don't think so. Probably not. He or she is more concerned about price. You: what do you think he or she will say about the price? The prospect then says, it's too high. Then you say, I bet that's exactly what he or she will say. What do you say about the price? This is the test that determines if you're dealing with a smokescreen or an objection. If it's a smokescreen response, the prospect will say, I think the price is a little high. You have just discovered that the spouse is probably not the issue. It's the prospect's perception of your value and price. What you need to do now is continue in addressing the objection. Refer to overcoming the objection of lack of need. If it is a genuine objection, the prospect would probably say, I think it's perfectly fine. Then you're dealing with a genuine objection. You've got 2 choices here. 1, get the husband involved over the phone. 2, set up an appointment to come back and visit with them both together. You will have to make the best call here. I understand that whether you are on a big sales lead or a low service call opportunity, it can weigh heavily into the right decision. Let's take a look at how to set a new appointment with the spouse. You say, well, let's make sure your spouse gets the full picture because I reviewed a lot of information today and I understand that it's a lot to consider. I can come back this afternoon and review these options with the both of you at the same time. Will that be okay? Will you take a look at your calendar? Okay, 6 works for me. Would that work for both of you? When it comes to dealing with the objection from "is there a guarantee," you can qualify the prospect and educate them. Take, for instance, for this dialogue. You say, "John, whenever I ask someone for a guarantee, it usually means of these few things. 1, I doubt about the capability of the service provider. 2, I doubt about myself. 3, I'd like to try it out, but in my subconscious mind, I foresee the outcome is not going to be positive. Be honest with me, which one of those things is in your mind right now?" The prospect says nothing. Then you say, "John, do you agree that in order for you to succeed in your business, you've got to burn all the bridges behind you so that you will do whatever it takes to make sure you achieve your goals? If there is a money-back guarantee promise, I can assure you that you won't be able to make it because in your subconscious mind, you have already installed a programming to tell yourself that it's okay if you cannot make it, as you will get your money back. You know this isn't going to work. If you still want the money-back guarantee promise, I'll advise you right now it's best to keep your money and don't start this program, as it'll be a waste of time for both of us. So, John, please tell me, what do you think? Shall we proceed further to work together to get the desired results?" Last but not least, let's take a look at the last objection on, "I want to think about it." When directing the prospect, you say, "John, whenever I tell someone I need to think about it, it usually means one of 3 things. 1, I'm not going to do the deal for whatever reason, and I just want to get off the phone. 2, I like the idea, but I'm going to have to find the money or talk to my partner or something else is holding me back. 3, I really like the idea, and I just have to move something around before I say yes. Be honest with me, which one of those things is it for you right now?" Qualifying the prospect. You say, "Perfectly fine. Just to be sure, do you understand how this would work in your environment, right? Are you confident that if you moved forward with it, you would get positive results? If you decided to give this a try, is the budget there to move forward with it? Then just to clarify my thinking, what factors will you be considering in thinking about this?" Getting the prospect's commitment. You say, "No problem, John. When should I call you back on this? When can I expect a call from you on this? And what is going to happen between then and now that will convince you to move forward with this?" Besides the common sales objections that you need to deal with, there are also other aspects that you need to avoid when handling objections. Don't knock the competition. That takes the focus off of you and your company, and you never want to do that. Don't tell the customer that they're wrong. Don't tell the customer you don't understand. Don't argue with the customer. Don't lie to a customer. Long-term relationships are built on trust and honesty. It's far better to say, "I don't know, but I'll find out and get right back to you." Don't be defensive. That is not a positive approach to an objection. Don't lose your cool with the customer. And finally, don't let an objection go by without an answer.